Man, welcome to Rank with Tezzy Game Lab. You feel me? So today I was trying to play marksman, and I'm gonna just tell you right now, it's so oversaturated with people trying to play marksman. All right, peoples. Now I'm gonna teach you all you need to know for this first third of the match. I like to call it the laning phase, and so it's gonna be three major points that I'm gonna cover in this time frame that you need to pay attention to in every match that'll literally help you stay alive, get kills at least if you play it smart, and then eventually end up having an advantage against whoever it is you're going against, like whoever's your counterpart, like in that lane. So, numbers advantage. How do you have a numbers advantage? I mean, I feel like that should be an easy thing to know and do, but I'm gonna just slightly break it down. Basically, just saying, like, if you're the roamer, notice where on the map there's one person fighting two people, because there's a jungler and there's a roamer. So their jungler should be obviously in the jungle waiting to hop out on somebody and ambush them, while the roamer is either naturally helping the mage or the marksman. And that's what I'm pretty much doing here. I'm helping Hanabi, making sure she don't get jumped like she would have had I just been anywhere else on the map. And she would have got wiped out by both the roamer and the marksman had I been anywhere else. So instead of them having a numbers advantage, it basically was just a 2-on-2. So where the numbers advantage part comes in is basically saying, like, they would have had the numbers advantage had I been somewhere else. And when the roamer leaves from this lane, then we have the numbers advantage. Or if we end up getting a kill, there you go. See, first blood. And, she would not have been able to get that kill had I not been there with her. All right, now we're going to get into matchups. And my easiest thing to say and tip I could give y'all really is, before the match ever even start, when it's loading y'all in, you needs to be looking at what characters like y'all going up against. And if you just haven't played the game long enough where you don't know majority, if not all, the characters of the game, rather you've played them or not, like, just knowing their abilities will let you know, like, in situations like this, that Claude is going to pull that kind of move right there. And then once he finishes using his ult, he going to teleport away. Or he can just wait till he kill one of y'all and then teleport away. You know what I'm saying? As a marksman. Like, having movement as a marksman, it both saves you and makes you, if that makes sense. So knowing what characters you're going up against and looking for the small details, So if I didn't know Hanabi gets control immunity whenever she has a shield, she still had shield while we was fighting Claude, so it's not like, you know what I'm saying? But then when Talia comes over here, like, yeah, exactly. And me not, if I didn't know that, like, my ult gives her a shield to help keep her alive, like, that's one of the main things that drove me to pick Diggie in this situation, to make sure I could support her and give her a shield. Like, there's other characters I could have played, like Lolita. Like, she constantly gives her a shield, so I really just got to be in her vicinity, and that's going to help her out. But that won't save her in a lot of situations, because then I'm going to just be there, just existing. Like, but, it just depends on the builds, So let's go ahead and just get into that part. Like, weaknesses in builds, like, those will also help in situations where you should have lost, but because you built your character smart and you played it smart when it came to positioning, like, you're gonna end up in a good spot. Like, having good map awareness, having a team that's gonna communicate, or at least one other person. Like, just try not to solo queue, I guess, in ranked until you just know you can carry a whole team, whether they're bots or not. So, if you don't have this type of skill, half of the time you're really gonna end up just carrying the whole team by yourself. So please trust me on this. Make friends, be cordial, and communicate with your team because eventually you're gonna need their help. This is a 5v5. This is not a take 1v1s and gank up on this person for. I mean, like, that's a strategy some people use, but at the end of the day, if the enemy team that wasn't working together, that was barely losing, starts working together against the enemy team that's been working together the whole match, like, that can flip the tide easily, especially if all of them are smart and play together. Like, not just when I don't mean like, oh, show up here, ain't nobody here, I'm gonna just leave, I'm not gonna waste more. Like, no, y'all moving as a squad. None of y'all are by yourselves. None of y'all are thinking like, I can solo this whole team if they all five of them pull up on me right now, right now. Like, no, don't do that. Don't be that bullheaded. I promise you're gonna end up selling more than you're gonna save your team. So eventually, you need to just pay attention to the details. Long story short now, pay attention to the details. Look at the scoreboard constantly. If you're not looking at the map, looking at the scoreboard while you're doing something where there's no enemies near you or anything, you're wasting valuable info that you could either give your team or have yourself to keep your own self alive. See how Chungy just walked right into two of my bombs, still just kept going, and then the whole team just jumped her. Like, you should have saw one bomb and seen me move away from over there. That should have let you know, like, if you're leaving where the turtle is, you're not leaving because of me showing up. You're leaving because they already took the turtle and the rest of the team is about to jump me. Like, that's what Changi's, like, thought process should have been. You see how all five of us are right here? Like, we're not about to get caught lacking, none of us. And so, look, three of them in the mid lane, or two. It looked like 2 to 3. But if all of us moved that way, we would have all wiped them. And then just went to the top lane and then wiped this last one that's on the turret. But everybody wanted to go down this way and look. So we went to go ahead and take out this turret. But it's all of us right here. Roger, there's 4 of us. Why did you run this way? You ran right into one of my bombs just to come fight 4 people and die. And then now Changi's over here. And look, even what's her name tried. Okay, Natalia is one of the only few who slide in and slide out. But look what still happened to her. She still got picked off by me out of all the people here. And I wasn't even in the fight. She did all that for 1 kill just to get killed herself. Like, that's an okay trade, but you still got jumped by 3 other people. Like, you killed one person just to get jumped by 3 other people and get taken out by none of those 3. Like, you see what I'm talking about? Like, just making idiotic moves. But at least they was moving together at that point in time. But it still was the wrong move regardless. So you know what? I'm not even going to blame them. They gave us a good game. They tried their best. They wanted to see if they could still do it. And, I mean, they just wasn't. And if you don't think I'm telling the truth, I mean, just wait till the end. Like, look at this dude. Look, it's Roger, and he sees that it's not only just me, but it's also Guinevere. Like, what do you think's about to happen, bro? He just got flanked by my teammates. We're all right here in the same flipping lane. You know, because at this point, we're in the ambush phase. So at this point, you should have had time to understand, grasp what these characters you're going up against can do and what they can't do. and how smart you should play and where you should play. Because if you haven't, you're gonna learn real quick, and you're gonna realize you're out of the fight for a whole entire minute, and then now your team is needs your help, but guess what? You're dead for a whole nother 15 seconds. Just because you decided, okay, I done got enough farm, I can go ahead and fight all these people by myself, and yada yada yada. Yeah. Just be careful, my peoples. Be careful. Because with the new update, and I'm not even talking about on the advanced server, like with the new update, they started putting bounties on people. So now you can actually see how much gold you get for taking out an enemy player just by looking at the scoreboard, giving you another reason why to always be looking at the scoreboard. Look at the scoreboard. I promise you. And I don't mean just to say something in the chat about what the scoreboard says. Like, I literally mean there is bounties. Not only that, if you've already gotten fed, like you got 15, 20 kills and they are struggling just to fight you, just you alone, you need to be the one seeing if the enemy team even has any bounties, or if you're the only person in the lobby with a bounty. Meaning, even if you is that strong, the enemy team is about to gank you so hard to the point where you are going to be crying for help. Back up, requesting backup, need assistance. So trust me, my boy. When I tell you group fights, pay attention to the gold advantage. You can drag one of the communication indicators from the right side of the screen to the bottom right of the mini map when it pulls up, and that'll tell your team what the gold advantage is. Look, this person just wanted to only fight one, and then I just happen to be there, and I just get a free one just for even existing. And all I got to do is sit back, relax, and, because I know my team is here, and they know I'm here. So I'm going to assist every time. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, so I'm gonna assist my peoples, I'm gonna support, so I want them to save me, so I'm gonna go ahead and save them if I can. If I get a kill out of it, I ain't tripping. But I'm here to help the squad. I'm here to hit the squad. Oh, one of our teammates just got taken out. See, we kind of split push right here. This is something not everybody does, because it's a little more dangerous, but it's much easier and much more efficient when it's in the late game. Like I said about the timers, you know what I'm saying? At this point, we're in the final phase, like the finisher, you know what I'm saying? Where you go ahead and lock it up and then say, good game. Everybody split pushing towers. We taking out the towers, and next thing you know, it's already game over. Like, they wanted to come over to the Lord and fight the Lord minion, but I had all the bombs. We took out their towers. We split pushed the whole thing. And all I did was just roam around, just existing. But because I played it well, our team was smart enough to know we need to stay together, group up, It just was easy for me. I literally was the center of everything, and got MVP. Like, come on now. In a ranked match, not dying as a support, the squishiest characters in the game? You're kidding. So if you think I'm lying, go ahead. Play the game and don't listen to my tips. Although I am all about authenticity, you know what I'm saying? Drop down in the comments, let me know how your experience goes, and we can chop it up.